every single day.
Hi guys, it's your girl Toya sitting by me again. Thank you so much for joining me in my little corner here on YouTube where I share all things skincare, makeup, or whatever is going on my mind as of that time. So guys, I'm just going to dive into it. So today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions on the talks about Netflix show Love is Blind. My girl Olo asked me to watch this series, and from the first episode I was hooked. And let me give you the premise of the show. The premise of the show is a bunch of singles coming together and choosing to interact with other singles, male and female, through a barrier. The whole point of the exercise is to see if love is actually blind, if you can actually fall in love with somebody without actually seeing the person, and so therefore. Okay, so I will be sharing my thoughts and opinions and my lessons, most especially the lessons I have learned from the show and lessons I want us to take away from the show as I get myself dolled up for today's video. Okay, so if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions, just continue to watch and let's talk about it in the comments. I would really love to hear what your thoughts are, and if you guys took the same things that I did from watching the show. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and most of all subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button to get notified to when I have new content up. And I'll catch you guys at the other side of the video. Okay guys, talk about it. The first couple I would really like to talk about is Carson and Diamond. Now this was an African American couple who came on the show in the hopes of finding their true love. Diamond was a professional sports dancer, while Carson was a social media manager. During the course of the show, Carson shared with us, the audience, that he had been gender fluid in the past. If you don't know what gender fluid is, Google it. So unfortunately, he had not shared that information with Diamond, who he was dating. They had had like several interactions, and they had made a very strong connection. So strong, so to speak, that he proposed, because he said that at this point in his life he wanted to take the next step and find a good wife and find a wife. Now during the course of the show, when they decided to get engaged, they would leave the pods and they would move to the next stage, which was a resort in Mexico, where they would take their relationship to the next level, get to know each other better. Now while they were at Mexico, that was when Carson opened up to Diamond and shared that he had been gender fluid in the past. In her trying to understand where exactly he was coming from and why he had not shared that information with her at the beginning, old boy gets defensive and starts attacking, and one thing leads to another, and because they both get upset, words are exchanged, and the engagement is broken. Both leave the island heartbroken because neither of them accomplished what exactly they came on the show to do. What I would like to take from their interaction is the fact that when you are in love, when you are getting to know each other, when exactly do you show all sides of yourself? I know when you're initially dating, you tend to show the good side, but at what point do you divulge all sides of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly? And how comfortable can you be? How can you trust that that person will accept you, will accept all sides of you? And I think that was what Carson was battling with. That will she accept me? That fear, and that fear of being too vulnerable was what I think scared him, and which made him attack. For all we know, Diamond would have been accepting. She would have been, allegedly should have been more open if he had been honest with her from the onset. The lesson I would like us to take from their interaction is that, and I think I shared this in one of my videos, it doesn't matter at what point in your relationship, you have to be, especially if you are heading towards marriage, if marriage is the goal for both of you, lay all your cards on the table. Do not be afraid to share all sides of yourself. If that person loves you, truly loves you, they will accept you for all that you are, good, the bad, the ugly, and you guys can progress to the next level. You are trusting in your love and connection and in your friendship of each other, in order to take a relationship to the next level and hopefully leading to marriage or some sort of partnership or whatsoever. The second couple I would like to talk about is Damon and Gigi. Now, this was a very, very interesting couple. I found them interesting because they reminded me of some of the things I used to do, especially her. It's one of the things I used to do in my previous relationship, and it's one of the things I did during the onset of my marriage. During the course of the show, she came off as childish, he came off as insecure on the onset, and that was where they seemed to clash. Why I say that was similar to my mindset initially when I got married, because I expected every single day to be as the honeymoon, just like the honeymoon. Oh, very love, and you're not treating me like I'm the love of your life, and if that's not happening, why are you not treating that? Why are you treating me like that? You don't love me, blah blah blah. And I stomp and I cry and I do all that, just similar to what exactly she was doing. She was expecting to still have those butterflies in the pits of her tummy. But life is not like that. There are ups and downs. There are times that things are not going to go the way that you want. And she had a problem communicating exactly how she was feeling, and what she was expecting was unrealistic. You can't expect to have those butterflies in your tummy all the time, and you can't expect someone to cater to you, to cater to you, to be on pins and needles to try and ensure that you are feeling that way every single time. And they made it through the entire process. They were dating in the cubes, so to speak. I've forgotten what it's called. Before they had like the fresh honeymoon in Mexico, before they all moved into the apartment complex and get to know their parents and all that, before they walked down the aisle. It was painful as it was to watch during their vow ceremony, and during their ceremony, and for her to hear her say I do's and he saying he doesn't. That was painful to watch. But at the same time, I feel that was the jolt that she needed to take the relationships seriously. Because if you remember, initially the guy had told her during one of their dinner dates that I'm working on eggshells to cater to you, but I never know what mood you are going to be, and that leads to conflict. I'm not doing it anymore. And the more you continue to do this, you will eventually lose me. She didn't get it. She just thought that he was just saying it. It wasn't until they got to the aisle that when he said I do not, because I can't deal with the ups and downs anymore, that she was able to have that jolt of reality and realize that she had to put her big girl panties on. And I'm happy to say that during the reunion that they are still together and they're working on their relationship. The lesson I feel that we need to take from their relationship is that whatever baggage you are going through, whatever baggage you have, whatever trauma you have from your past, deal with that before you bring that into your relationship. I'm happy to say that during the reunion they stated that they're still working on their relationship, and from what I could see during the reunion, that Gigi seemed more calmer and less immature. So wishing them luck, because I really like both of them together. I really like them as a couple. Okay guys, so my lashes are in, and I'm going to be using my Range Beauty True Intentions Hydrating Foundation today in the shade Moon Dust Island. I'm using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, by the way. Amber and Barnett, this was a very, very interesting couple, and I think out of all the couples featured on the show, they were the ones who had tons of sexual chemistry. I think Barnett came to the show with the idea of not knowing what to expect, and that was why he seemed a bit all over the place, so to speak. He kept waffling from Amber to Jessica to Elsie, while Amber on her part had honed in on exactly who she wanted, what she wanted, and nothing was going to deter her. Along their relationship, their roles switched. Barnett had locked in on her that this was who he wanted, because they had similar, because he felt that they had lots of things in common, while she now became quite insecure, especially based on the fact that she was coming to the relationship with some financial burden, so to speak. She had student loans. She had student loans. She had some, I think, a credit card debt or so, and she wasn't financially stable. Now, especially coupled with the fact that he had friends and family who kept asking if he was sure of his choice, that this was exactly what he wanted, and he kept on saying that he was. It wasn't until when they walked down the aisle and when they finally said their I do's that everyone gave a sigh of relief that okay, that they're finally making a leap towards being committed towards each other. I like the fact that during the reunion she decided that she was going to be an active partner in the relationship financially, and also contribute and also play a part in the whole relationship thing. She shared that she was a cocktail. She had started working as a cocktail waitress, and she wasn't just expecting him to take care of all her financial burdens. The lesson from their relationship, I would say, is don't hold back. Be very sure and be bold. Do not be afraid of your choice, whatever it may be, and may establish from the onset your financial rules. If this is going to be a one-person household, a one-income household, or two-income household, and if it's a two-income household, who is going to take care of what bills exactly? Is one party going to take care of the mortgage, or if another party is going to take care of just the groceries? Establish those goals from the onset. And I think they're my favorite couple, and I'm glad to know that I'm glad to see during the reunion that they're still together and they're working on their relationship, which gives me hope, gives me a lot of hope for them. To the fourth couple on the program, Jessica and Mark. Jessica was a 34-year-old IT executive who came on the show to look for love as everyone else, and she made two connections. She made a connection with Mark, who was a 24-year-old fitness instructor, and she made a stronger connection with Barnett. Yes, the same Barnett. Now, Barnett, as I said initially, Barnett was still trying to figure out what he was doing, and he had several conversations with Jessica. When Barnett had eventually honed in on exactly who he wanted and who he wanted to be with, he let Jessica know, and Jessica decided to then settle for the next best thing, which was Mark. And I say settled because that was exactly what she did. She settled for Mark, and because subconsciously through their other interactions after they left the pods, when they went to Mexico and when they moved into the apartment building, she subconsciously or consciously now started looking for reasons why they should not be together. Reasons that had been established from the jump. The age difference. Mark was 24, she was 34. The children issue. The fact that he was a fitness instructor. And I like the fact that Mark kept on saying that, oi, you know this. You knew all this before you decided to be with me. Before you decided to say yes. And the poor lad kept on, because the fact that he loved her so much, he was willing to accommodate all the crazy things that she was doing to him. And it's so sad because I don't want to say it's so sad because during the reunion, you could tell that he still liked her. He still had strong feelings for her because he was expressing how he felt. The poor sod. Jessica was not having it during the reunion. Jessica called her out on her crap because it was if you watch the entire thing, she was still flirting with Barnett. She was still going back to Barnett to flirt with him and ask him that was he sure that he had made the right choice. And despite the vitriol that she was getting, I appreciate the fact that she was able to tell him when they walked down the aisle that I'm sorry, I can't make a commitment. I can't make such a strong commitment to you because I don't love you that way. Yes, she wouldn't in good conscience be able to make such a commitment to him because let's face it, she didn't love him. It wasn't her first choice. Instead of walking down the aisle, them forming some sort of union, and one of them resenting it, and they end up resenting each other down the line. The lesson I would like us to take from their relationship is, ladies, especially to you ladies, do not let society pressure you to make a choice that you know that is not exactly what you want. Okay, so the final couple of the show, I think, which was everybody's favorite couple, Lauren and Cameron. Okay, now this couple, I think, was everyone's favorite because I think it was so palatable for everyone to see them fall in love. Two different people from two different backgrounds, from two different races. He's Caucasian, she's African American, and for them to make a connection and to fall in love with each other on the show. Now bear in mind that these are not normal circumstances. This, you're coming on a reality show to try and see if you can make a connection. Not many people do, but these two did. I think to Lauren, for her, I think to her everything just seemed a bit too good to be true, which was why she was kind of apprehensive about saying her I do's at the aisle. But I'm happy that she did it, and I'm happy to know that they're still together. And going by the press release, going by all the press they've been doing, they've been on Helen, they've been on Sway, and they look so much in love. This is love in its purest form. The closest I think we've come to seeing something like this on a reality show is Tristan and Ryan on the first season of The Bachelorette, which was years ago, showing my age now. But it's a beautiful thing to behold, to see, to be able to show all the facets of yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to be so vulnerable, and for someone to accept you for all that you are. It's a beautiful thing to behold. And there's any lesson that I want to take from their relationship is, ladies, guys, I really hope that you guys will find someone who looks at you the way Cameron looks at Lauren. That is a beautiful thing. Okay guys, I'm gonna stop talking now. This is the finished look. What do you guys think? So all in all, I really enjoyed the first season of Love is Blind on Netflix. I look forward to the second season. So here are the lessons that we've learned. Dude, just lay everything out on the table. Whatever will be. Second of all, second, rid of all the insecurities and the issues that you've had from the past. Deal with all that before you begin a serious relationship that is going to lead to marriage down the line. Third of all, establish your financial situations from the onset, and your financial responsibilities from the onset. Who is it going to be, a one income household or two income household? Fourth of all, do not settle. Do not let society and other factors let you settle and make the wrong decisions that you might end up regretting down the line. Fifth of all, most importantly, I really hope you guys find someone or have someone who looks at you the way Lauren looks at Cameron. It's truly a beautiful thing. All in all, those are my thoughts and opinions on the first season of Netflix Love is Blind. I wish all the couples tons of happiness, tons of happiness. Okay guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most of us subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side sometime next week. Okay, enjoy your week.